So we are into the final couple of sessions to determine the top 6 and all the Olympic qualification points. Let's meet the lineups. For Canada, their lead is Geoff Walker. And at second, E.J. Harnden. Their third, Mark Nichols. And the skip for Team Canada, Brad GUSHUE. And for Japan, they have mixed up their lineup throughout. TSURUGA Sota is playing lead, while NAKAHARA Asei comes in at second. Skip throwing third stones, Abe Shinya. And the fourth stone thrower, SHIMIZU Tetsuro. Japan knows this will be their last game. They come in lower in the standings at 3 and 8. Sweden, Scotland, and Canada have all qualified. Canada still has a shot to be one of the top 2. Well, then it's a logjam between Germany, Italy, Switzerland, and the United States. 3 of those 4 teams will be in the playoffs. 1 will be out and in that Olympic qualification points. Czechia, Netherlands, Norway at 4 and 7, all the way down to New Zealand, who look for their first win of this championship. We have 2 more full round-robin sessions, and then we're down to the final 6. All these teams trying to get there. Important game on Sheet A. We'll keep an eye on all of them, especially Switzerland taking on Germany. We're on Sheet B. Canada tries to improve to 9 and 2 with a win. Korea, Sweden on Sheet C, and then Czechia, USA. So the teams have finished their practice, trying to get adjusted to what has become a beautiful day outside, and making the ice makers work to create great conditions for at least 6 ends minimum must be played, 38 minutes of thinking time, 1 60-second timeout. The 5 rock free guard zone rule is in effect, the no tick rule. Luke Coley along with Olympic champion Rona Howie. This Canadian team, tough loss to Sweden yesterday, but they're trying to get themselves into playoff form.
Yeah, absolutely, and also the added bonus of an incentive to get into that 1-2 and sit out for the qualification game. Every team, when they've played 12 round robin games, that break is a bonus.
Well, Canada knows they win their games, they control where they're going to finish. Whereas Japan, they know this is their last game of the event. For the young front end, the 21-year-olds, it's been a learning experience for them throughout this entire event.
Yeah, and they've played some great games, and I'm sure it's been a massive learning curve for them, and they've gained some Olympic points.
Well, another win would mean even more. Japan will have last stone in this first end. Canada will throw the red stones.
He's going. You time it. He's going. See what they say out of his hand. Yeah. Sliding okay, eh? Like
so Geoff Walker for Team Canada.
15-3.
Yeah, and interesting, they waited there until the Swiss had thrown their first stone in the sheet next door, just to see what time they threw, where it ended up.
Right there. Looks hard. Real tight.
A veteran move, you might say.
Absolutely.
They did have first practice, so they wouldn't have thrown any for a good 15-20 minutes.
It's in. It's in.
It does slide in. They did want that short.
TSURUGA Sota,
Yep.
21-year-old, first Worlds
Yes.
from Sapporo, Japan.
Oh. Yep. Yep.
So nose actually leaves a center line guard, or a guard close to center.
Absolutely. It can just be dead nose.
Weight's good. Clean. Weight's good. Little quiet. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Curl.
Trying to get right on the nose.
Okay.
Small roll, but it is out of the ring, so can't be removed.
Yeah, I look close.
What do you think in regards to my draw the button, like 3 feet more?
Yeah, 4 feet more.
Yeah.
Well, E.J. Harnden, 2013
Shade
world
light.
silver
T-line.
medalist.
I got a little light. Go for it. Wait a minute.
Good girl.
Reach good.
It's there, boy.
Reach good.
Weight was pretty good. Just high of line. It does give Japan the chance to play the hit and flop inside here.
Nakahara, Asei, 21-year-old second. Coming in. Started as the alternate throughout. Makes a nice little roll in behind.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Alternate, then lead, and now second. A lovely hit and throw. A good thing for Canada, their back tee.
Top four.
So EJ can just freeze on top.
Hard. It's a little light too. What's real light?
Hard, Geoff.
Hard.
Dig, Geoff. You got it. Dig,
Hard,
Geoff.
guys.
Come on, dig. You got to go.
And that one almost right down to the face of it.
Great, great sweep.
What a great sweep. And you know, that's what you like to see. You like to see the sweepers being used instead of it
Yep.
then
all on its
standing
own.
back and then it bounces off.
Nakahara trying to run back. Leaves that one red stone. No backing behind it now.
Yeah. Canada.
I think we got to hit the back, don't we?
They couldn't hit the back. They could draw to the tee line on the other side, but they don't have last stone. They don't want to be losing a two at the first end, so an opportunity just to lie to an even force.
Mark Nichols, 44-year-old, won the Worlds 2017, the last time Canada was on top of the podium.
Very good. Yeah, just a little light.
And it does hang around, back of the 12-foot.
I think you're going to get rid of my four. My four is definitely four. 100%.
Quiet.
Yeah, four.
What?
9-4. Oh. Good throw. Ah, I see.
And Japan could come around and just try and freeze, just tap back even, but they've just played this run back. They know the line, they know what it's going to do here.
Well, Abe Shinya, also 44, trying to run this back and misses the one. So still Canada lying two in this first end of play without the hammer.
That was so unlucky not to make contact with either red there.
Yeah. I think so.
I want to go here.
Just for what? Top on it.
I like that. I like that.
Okay. Brad, is this tighter than EJ? Yes. EJ was right here. Okay.
So just working out the paths.
I think I got to throw compared to my draw the button.
Close to draw the button, right? So you're going top 12. Can you a little slower?
Yeah, I think it's going to be slower. I was just wondering if...
I think you throw like 3 feet more than your draw the button.
Okay.
To get there.
Okay.
So if it was a path that EJ had gone down, it would be keener. But because they're slightly inside, it's a path that hasn't been used. So we'll be a wee bit slower. Just trying to get half round the yellow guard.
Hard, guys. Hard! Hard! Keep going. Keep hard! Keep going.
Trying to hook a little bit, get in the rings, and will lie three.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
I think I'm going to get rid of my four. Even in my draw the buttons, I just felt like it would.
こっちはオープンだろうけどフリーズだと思う、行くんだったらフリーズして抑えられて入れてだいぶ狭いね
So Japan still persevering with this run back. They could come round and just tap the shot stone back and force Canada to make a play on the shot stone.
Yeah, I thought they may get one in first, try and get one on the corner. This Japan team trying to put together a good performance. They've lost 3 straight games, including a wild extra end game where they gave up a 6 in the first, but forced Korea to an extra end. Again through that hole. We know one thing. Abe Shinya able to hit that pocket, the opening.
Good go open side. Yeah, good go there. The only thing is, at least in this. Like this or this? I'm thinking that. This? Okay. I need a little bit more ice than you. You were there. Yeah.
I felt like I threw mine harder than the draw the button.
Okay.
But another one down, I think it's going to get better.
Okay. Oh, there's a...
I felt like I threw mine a little harder than the draw the button.
Okay.
And it curled.
Yeah.
But another one down, it might be slide better.
What kind of time are you looking at? What's that?
Yeah.
Okay. A little slow in the draw. I thought Mark was like 3 more feet to his draw of the button. Okay.
Brad GUSHUE was a skip of that Canadian team. Won in 2017. His 5th trip to the Worlds. He has 3 other silver medals, including last year losing the final to Scotland's Bruce Mowat.
Room! Room! It's got a curl.
Fully.
Hard!
Very nice. Great shot.
Good.
Shot.
Good spot. Yeah.
Is there enough that you can see to make the double and try and roll to the middle?
こっちこっちじゃない
Very tight past that yellow.
トップ何秒
Even if they hit the top one and roll in, they'll lie second shot, so Canada can't ignore that.
これ開けばねまあ当たってこれに止まってもそっち止まってればここは効くと思う、8うん
You'd have to come fairly close to that yellow.
Whatever they play, they want to try and hold their shooter, obviously.
Absolutely. See, it can roll in for second shot, and then
make sure you keep
Canada need to make a play.
Shimizu, Tetsuro, veteran, no stranger to the world stage. This is 9th trip. Well, clip the back one. Doesn't quite, but will hold on the side of the 12-foot for second shot. Pretty good result.
Yeah, absolutely. So important there to hold that shooter, because it means Canada need to make a play on it, and now there's access to the shot stone for Japan with the hammer. They just had to curl a wee bit more and they could have clipped both of those reds.
でもあっち開いてセカンドだったからね残ったから全然
But it was a good result.
なっちゃったらねもう一回あそこに
It's going to open up a path for him to be able to find a way to score here in this first end.
Okay.
Well, just a little roll, but won't get into the 8-foot. Draw to the 4-foot.
What do you think? I think I get rid of the 8.
8.5?
I think the 8 probably slow out of those 3 rocks.
Canada has to be happy they're in a position getting the force here early in this game.
Yeah, it was a really well played end. And just too many failed run backs from Japan.
to see a look at the time. 14-3, 14-4. This one maybe a hair wider than where Canada threw a couple of come-arounds. Oh, 14 on the dot. This one coming down needs to stop in the forefoot.
Go, Mark, go. Go, go, go,
That
go.
one
Keep going.
goes too far. How far? It will be a steal of 1. That one goes back 8 foot. And Canada scores first without the hammer. Lead 1-0 over Japan in session 19.
Geoff is
That's
throwing-
what I threw against.
Okay, so just
Taylor.
on the straighter ones?
No.
EJ is?
No, EJ just thinks the 8 is slow.
Okay.
So he
Okay.
doesn't like it.
Okay. Okay.
Which one are you throwing first?
7, seam rock.
Oh, he's throwing this. I like that. Maybe
It's really runs this wrong.
Mine's okay.
Well, some of the frost that's crept in these games. So making sure they know and communicate that to Brad GUSHUE at the other end.
Yeah, the ice makers have certainly had a challenge this week with the warm conditions outside.
Check in Switzerland and Germany. No score as they play in the first end. Switzerland, the home country, looking pretty good.
Yeah, and Switzerland line 2.
I got 13-2.
So Germany having to come through the port just for a nose hit. Mark Muskatowicz. This young German team have performed so well this week.
And a win and they get into the playoffs. Big win earlier today for them over Italy.
And no problem. So a good force by Switzerland, but it is a 1 for Germany. They lead 1-0 after 1.
One for Switzerland. They'll play this Canadian team tonight. They need an easy schedule for them. 2 very difficult losses yesterday. One with the hammer and 10 tied against Italy, and then an extra end game against Scotland.
Yeah, 2 must-win games for the home side, so the crowd will be helping them with their cheering today. So just trying to freeze right on top here. Very nice, great shot.
Some early scores here in session 19. Sweden gets 2 with the hammer to lead their game 2-0 over Korea, while Czechia 1-0 over the United States. A steal of 1 in that first end. US, with a win, they can also get into the playoffs. If they win their game, coming in at 6-5.
Yeah, out of all these teams that are fighting for the places, US are probably...
Well, trying to freeze to that one. They'll just touch the guard. They can move your own stone.
Good, it was good.
If that was Japan coming down and moved that stone off the center line, it would be pulled. But now this is stone number 6 of the end. Everything's fair game.
Yeah.
And so Japan.
Well, they hit, roll off to the side. Will lie first and third.
止められんかった。
Yeah, so a good chance now for Canada to come in at just a back 8, back ring weight,
Just to the tee.
tap it back, and hold their shooter in front of the yellow.
Back 4.
Clean. Yeah.
Just tee line.
Yeah. Hard. We gotta move it, guys.
Gotta go.
Gotta move it.
Right.
Lots of notes being taken for Bob URSEL, his 5th year coaching the Japanese men's program.
Is that him just signed his contract for next year?
He's done a good job with all these teams, and he's had some young teams to deal with. It's the 3rd straight year of a different team at the World Championship. He's had Abe Shinya a few times, but in different roles. Here he's skipping, throwing third stones. Rotating these 21-year-olds around. They know they got some strong up and coming.
Love just to half check the red. Oh, and spins off. Unlucky. So Canada will try the same shot again, just a tap on the yellows.
Big and light just through. Enough to push this back. Just here.
Just through?
Just through, yep. Try and hit it right on the nose.
Yeah.
Caleb FLAXEY, the Canadian
Nose
coach,
to a hair high.
joined this team
You were
same year
just
along
to
with
the half,
EJ
yeah.
Harnden. So a couple of seasons with them.
Yeah. Okay.
Go through.
So Martin
Whoa, Jeff. Whoa,
going to try and play this.
Yep, straight.
You're good.
Tap it on the nose,
Real
sit
good,
in
Martha.
front, just unlock those yellows to be removed.
That's a really nice shot. Changes the angle, and Canada control the top of the 4-foot. Both yellows are behind reds, which really favours Canada. Not an easy setup here for Japan.
Trying to come to that red one on the left of the LGT button.
Yeah, so if they can try and come in, even just tap, wouldn't be a bad result either.
ちょっと真正面で少し触りたい。
We'll just get to the inside of the red, but it's pretty well buried behind the guard.
Weight on that red one top 4-foot.
I think you can kill all 3 yellows. Don't you think?
Looks like it.
Does it touch the 5 at all? Think that's okay, isn't it?
I don't think it touches the 5.
Okay.
No.
All right.
And if it does, I still think that's okay. I think the key is squeezing that in there.
Yeah, so a great chance now for Canada to make a play on the red. 2 yellows will definitely
off the
go,
line.
and if they hit it right, 3 can go.
Half to a thick half.
Yeah.
Whoa. Curl. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Hard.
I'll get by the front. Watch the yellows fly. Look at them all go. The 3 go out with ease. And kicks that red directly in front of the other one.
Yeah, fantastic shot.
That
Hit
one,
it absolutely perfectly.
That's how having good angles can really benefit you.
There by much.
No, I know. We didn't. You're right.
And it was those great setup shots by EJ and Marks first. And all of a sudden,
They're still going to be line 2.
Japan in a bit of trouble.
あれノーズでちょっと押したい。
Where they ticked that guard the last time was actually causing them grief.
Yeah, so going to come round and this out turn side again. Try and get to the nose of the top red. Gonna have to work this. This one's a tight of line as well.
So heavy on his first. Diving to the center. Can they get it by the front? They will get by. We'll chip and roll in. They'll be third shot.
Yeah, over curled. They wanted to get to the nose and just tap them slightly, so it was wider ice, so it would be a fraction slower out there.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, right there's not bad.
I think chipping off the 8 is not.
Well, if we can get it, yeah, if we can get in and bump it a little, that's pretty good, yeah.
Like, then if he plays anything, we probably got a double after, right?
Got 14-7 on that.
I have 14-6.
Yeah.
Brad, did you go edge or a little?
Just inside.
Yeah.
So Brad going to come down the same out-turn side. Just try and get to between the red and the yellow. But if they can nudge the yellow out into the open,
14-17
would be a good result.
They got on that one. They swept it most of the way.
14, yeah.
Similar weight to what I threw last time then?
Yeah. I think a couple feet less than that. I don't think you need quite that much.
Okay.
So another one in this path. So now this is the third one in the end.
Top four. Wait, don't wait. Line's good.
It's a wider line than Japan where,
Where? T-line back forward. Straight.
and it looks heavier.
Key, back four.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Well,
I'll just push that one off, roll away. Slide over
I
sheet
missed
D.
it.
Czechia 1-0 lead over the United States as they play the second.
And John Schuster just playing a controlled nose hit.
easy early.
Easy.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
Well, John Schuster's only medal at a Worlds came in Switzerland and Basel. He's trying to find a way to get in the playoffs again. Looks like a hit for two. 2-1 United States leading Czechia. And we all know John Schuster makes for entertaining television. Makes our job a lot easier too. Brad GUSHUE heavy on his, ends up chipping, rolling back. Early scores. Germany that 1-0 lead still as they play in the second. Canada 1-0 in this, while Sweden leading 2-0 over Korea. Sweden wins their game, they'll lock up the #1 spot in round robin. And one of those two byes to the semifinal. And then would also have hammer and rocks throughout the playoffs.
Yes. Yep. 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 Yep.
Japan
Yes.
trying to tap
Yes.
these reds.
Yes.
Oh, able to hold it. Can they hold it to get by? They do.
Came off their own yellow, which just took some of the weight off. They wanted to tap one red back out the 4-foot and sit on top of the red.
Oh, you can hit it on this side and get it, yes.
But that's only for 2.
It is only for 2, yeah.
Freeze in there.
This, man, that's thin to.
Yeah, I don't see anything good with that. I think we just guard this one.
This is super thin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one always goes. It's only ever for 1.
Okay.
Right.
Do we ever do something like this?
Good, certainly, yeah.
Don't hate it.
Could throw weight, and if you go into the side of that, but then you might line something up. Or do you just guard it? Like this is going, like he's going to pound that
He's gonna
for
throw it
2.
hard at that, yes.
Yeah.
Does
Guard, he runs
this
back.
always outcounts as shooter?
Could play this fairly aggressive. Because even if I did that, it's Probably pretty good. You move it a little, it's good.
You like that? Yeah.
Forward guard. Okay.
Normal? Or do you want to throw like a board?
I'm thinking board, Mark.
Okay. Like a half a rock.
So Canada feeling the easiest shot for Japan is to raise their yellow onto, remove both reds and score 2. So they were looking at guarding that, but now decided to play the in-off
I think so.
and just bring another red right into the forefoot.
Yeah, probably even on the heavier side, Geoff, I think.
So roll to their own, the back of the 2 reds.
Yeah, and even if they punch their own red slightly, it may just leave a tap up for 1.
Canada leads this one 1-0 in the second. Japan with the hammer.
Heavy board.
9.5.
Oh, hit. There's the roll. Just changes the angles and will be into lie
Yeah,
3.
A little heavy. Yeah.
Shot.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Now there's no chance of Japan scoring 2. And they have to play a really good shot for 1.
They have to tap this on the right angle. You're high on it. Goes into the top one.
And you really are just playing T-weight and use your sweepers. You don't want to overthrow this.
Shimizu Tetsuro, last stone. Second end.
ないよ。
Don't have to move it far, but have to move it into the button. And perfect. Covers the pin. Japan on the board. They get 1. We're all tied up through 2 ends of play. 1-1, Canada and Japan.
Yes.
J4 ちょいくらい。結構近いと思う。
ないは悪くない。
You're watching live coverage, the LGT World Men's Curling Championship 2024.
と思うけど。
Third end here at the IWC Arena in Schaffhausen, Switzerland. Luke Coley along with Rona Howie. First time now Canada with the hammer. Centerline guard in the corner will go out in front. The Canadian lead, Geoff Walker.
I think you're okay. This rock will run good.
More halfway.
This rock will run.
Room length.
Really needs a curl.
Weight's real good.
Keep going, EJ. Keep going.
Nice weight, Geoff.
Now those 2 guards in a real nice spot for both teams. And obviously a big game playoff-wise. Switzerland and Germany. Switzerland trailing 1-0 in the second end with the hammer.
Yeah, and Germany tried to corner freeze the Swiss stone, but over curled. So it's left Benoit Schwartz van Berkel a tap back for 2. Doesn't need to move it far. Gonna carve this across. Looks pretty good. Very nice. And it is 2 for Switzerland. So they take a 2-1 lead after 2, to the delight of the crowd.
So you'll see a lot of those flags, a lot of the bells ringing.
All around the centre and ended up tapping the corner guard in.
So it does give a free look to get in behind the center.
Yeah, Japan going to come around the higher guard, so they've got more room.
Yep. Very.
So you can see the line here. This is where Geoff Walker just hung very straight. This is coming nicely.
Yes.
You got to get by first.
Oh, so close.
Get just that little bit inside, and the path just so different. Takes off on him.
What do you think for speed here, Geoff?
Just a difference with Geoff as well, being a T-weight with no sweeping, whereas Japan was really a sweepable T-weight. So makes a difference when it starts to break and take the curl.
Looks like you're there.
T-line.
Right there.
Top 4.
Right there. Whoa. Whoa. Can't be
good.
too deep, guys. Can't be too deep on this.
It's not.
Just your okay, line's good.
This is very nice. Right to the top of the 4. Well played.
Yeah, Canada looking in good form early in this game. Their 2 losses coming to Sweden and Italy.
It had the weight to come around, but not the line.
Yeah.
What do you guys right?
That was my first thought.
You like the draw?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think for speed here, boys?
I think it's good speed here.
Like, is that too much, right? So same as this draw?
Same as coming home.
Yeah.
I think you're basically going with the certain draw, but
The aggression from Team Canada. Knowing they have the hammer, they
Yep.
It's a huge curl at the end there.
Okay.
Very nice.
real fast there.
Is it too early, Rona, for Japan to play that yellow onto him?
Yeah, they want to leave that there just now as a backup later on in the end. But they can follow Canada down here now. Just try and freeze one right in the middle of those reds.
ティーラインちょっとぐらいのウェイトじゃないと通せないんじゃないかと思いますね。曲げながらかって感じかな。どっちか。ウェイトもちょっとなんか場所によって全然違うな。14半。
So they have to anticipate this swing early. They saw how quickly Canada's curled.
Yes.
Must pass the guard. Here it comes, and the second one.
That's their turn to get right into that pocket.
Yeah, very nice. That's really good there. Very usable for Japan, and they control the top of the forefoot. But Canada do lie too. It's not easy for Canada to play in any of the yellows.
Oh boy.
Back line.
That looks so tough, but having seen how much that curls, as long as you're passing that top guard, you're going to curl to that yellow. So just a tap back weight. Just try and get to the nose of it.
By the next one they do, and right through the hole.
What a great shot.
Almost overswept it for a curl.
But it's trusting that it doesn't look easy when the stone's completely buried, but it's trusting that that big swing is just going to get it there. It's a really nice weight.
Hard, EJ! Hard! Hard!
Well, they do just touch that red one. Just feathered it.
ちょっと黄色に乗っていく感じ。こんなに上げないで。曲がるんだよね、これきっと。
Japan almost in desperation trying to play a run if they can get past that red one where they're sitting. Can't clip off the corner.
You wonder about them playing the tap and the yellow now in case Canada guard that.
Well, must win for Team USA if they want to be in the playoffs. They lead 2-1 against Czechia in the third end.
And USA lying really well. It is going to be a draw. 4-1. Cash Klima. Has to be in the forfeit. So no guards out front, fairly open. Sweepers on this the whole way though.
This is Czechia's last game of the event, and they need to get it. They're trying to finish in their winning ways at 4-7.
Oh my goodness, this is coming up short.
Okay.
Oh dear. And that is a steal of 2.
So a 4-1 United States lead over Czechia. Steal of 2 by Team USA. And on the other side of it, at Switzerland, Germany, they got to keep an eye because U.S. loses, then.
Whoa. Good way. Whoa. Close, Geoff.
Coming down.
Whoa, no.
Whoa.
No. Back 4. Whoa.
Coming down pretty good.
13-4.
Still there.
13-4.
Still there. Splitting T.
Whoa, you're by. Splitting T.
Wow.
Just waiting, wait to dig in.
Okay. Good job, guys.
That curl's right in there. They're saying 13 something, and normally that would be all the way to that back one.
Well, they were calling back 8 when Brad let it go. But with that big curl, you need that running, because with the curl, the weight just comes off. So now we're going back to this out-turn side to navigate the guards, and you think that's a huge port, but the way this curls, to get to the button here, Japan literally have to just miss the red guard, not be close to the top yellow guard.
Yeah, those yellow guards aren't a factor for the straight draw.
They could have followed Canada down on the in-turn and just played the freeze on the shot just played by Brad. So this is a harder one.
Neither shot a walk in the park.
Need to use the sweepers to hold it up. Close to that red guard. Started moving already. Can't afford to rub the top red. Oh, so unlucky.
Well, it was a great effort, but it just freezes that top one. And a draw full forefoot for a third point now for Canada.
I really thought Japan would have played the in-turn and followed Brad. Just frozen on top. It's a much harder shot to play that out-turn draw.
How much quicker is it going to be? 6 feet?
Yeah, I was thinking 6 feet less. 4 to 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 4.
Before brooms down. Okay. Seems to come down if you're off it. So.
Plenty weight.
No. You're good. You're good.
Just comes down, takes that curl right in. No problem. Perfect weight on 2 draws. And Canada strike for 3 in the third. And a 4-1 lead over Japan.
Nice work.
Up 3 now. Nice hit.
Like this looked good 2 ends ago.
I think that rock.
Sitting a bit. This rock does slide a little better.
Where do you want it? Top 4?
Top 4? Okay. I think we're there.
I would have said there, but I didn't hate it. You're off and it comes down.
Weight's good.
Mine looks okay.
Room.
It should come down.
Looks a little heavy, guys.
It's just, it's
Well,
all
Canada
there.
will come into the rings
Okay, good job.
just on the backside of the button. Score
Looked
3
like
in
a
the
good-
third.
Yeah, Canada definitely got the control of stone placement right now. First 2 stone placement.
Okay, a little less. Top 12!
Might slide better.
Top
Similar
12!
line, maybe a little wider, guys.
Okay.
Mine's close. Mine's
Just
close.
one full 8
Top
foot here.
8.
Full 8 foot.
It's there, it's there, it's there, it's there, it's there.
Okay, good shot.
Canada has been good with the hammer, almost 50%, scoring multiple points. They just scored a 3, but they're also best in the field at forcing your opponent. Second best, 71%. It's only Switzerland better than them. Forcing your opponent to take 1.
Yeah, ちょっと中っぽく見えるけど。鉄だよ。ずっと鉄だ。ずっと鉄だ。
Saw Japan do this a lot in their game against Korea, stacking the 2 corners, knowing you try and get them in there.
Yeah, and Japan, they were 6-0 down after 1 end yesterday and came back to an extra end. So they know how to fight back in a game.
Seeing all these tournament numbers throughout the event, 85% for EJ Harnden.
Little tighter in the through leg.
Jeff, hold that.
Real tight.
3 feet short.
Canada overall, the top-ranked
3
team.
feet short. Whoa. Doesn't need a curl right now.
Curl.
Doesn't need a curl.
Doesn't?
No, clean.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa, right there.
Let us
Whoa.
stop. Let us stop. Whoa. Okay, good shot.
Okay. He's just feeling those right now, I think. Like.
12プラスぐらい。
Nakahara Asei, 88%. And that's at multiple different positions. This is 8th game. 5 at the lead position, now is 3rd at 2nd.
Yeah, I'd love to get to the nose here and just play the tap. Yeah, nicely done.
Nicely played. Quiet Wade is able to hold the shooter around.
Yeah, because it makes it difficult for Canada to remove that yellow. So Canada will just try and play the half-check freeze on the inside of this yellow now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's
It's not heavy.
curl, little
Curl.
light.
Curl.
Top 12. Top 12. Hurry.
Squeeze close.
Curl.
Curl.
Bumping, bumping, bumping.
Try and cross and get to the inside.
Okay.
Unlucky. Weight was good.
Such difference.
So that yellow's going straight to the shot stone right now.
お、こっちか。
なんかもう一回ノーズできればめちゃめちゃ面白そうなんだけど結構難しいけど
できなくはないよ。同じぐらい見えるから。良さそうだね。
後ろか後ろか
右にロール。
あ、こっちに。10。
10だよね。
10。
うん、センターロール。
前ね。前。
Those stones lined right up to the one on the button.
Trying to leave themselves a corner, but he's caught too much of that, or sorry, too little of that to hold their shooter. Does open it up though, and that was the main objective. Because Canada can't really play on this. They know they'll leave Japan. They'll push the yellow onto the red.
Try and go real tight.
Yeah.
That was my other thought.
I don't mind that, Brad.
Okay.
Nice and tight, he's running it in, and he leaves 2 lines up there.
Canada are free up.
Speed's good here, Mark. It's probably supposed to draw the button.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't need to play the shot for Japan. Let Japan waste another stone, and then they'll only be lying 1. Canada don't mind giving up a 1.
Yeah,
As tight as
go
you
ahead,
can,
EJ.
guys.
Go ahead, EJ. Go ahead, EJ. Halfway. Looks light.
We're pretty high. Real high. Just shy of half. Keep going. Keep going. Curl, 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 curl. Curl, curl.
Over on sheet D, a must-win for Team USA to make the playoffs. They lead 4-1 over Czechia.
Yeah, and Czechia in trouble again. They're fighting every end, but USA playing really well, and line 3 again. So Lukasz Klima came up short with his draw at the last. Needs to be 4 foot here. Sweepers happier with this. Is it going to stop? Yes, it is. No problem. So it is a 1 for Czechia.
So US has to be happy with the start in this game. Again, the United States win. They are into the playoffs. Right now, hold that 4-2 lead. Abe Shinya, 78%. Down in the 3rd position. 11th coming in, going up against the top 3rd in Mark Nichols. Just get by the front. And they will clip the yellow of their own and roll through. Just unlucky to have all those stones to hit. They get their own.
Yeah, they wanted to get to the shot stone. So that was so unlucky. It's a nice weight, but just too tight on the ice. Now Canada can hit the yellow because Japan have just pushed it out in the open for them.
Mark just putting together quite the week for this Canadian team.
Really nice.
Well, and continuing it in this game makes the roll in.
Really, when you came off it jumped.
It's good.
Thanks.
I think. Maybe a hair of an overroll, but wanted to get her in there.
As soon as you said whoa, it jumped.
Yeah, it jumped.
And then the weight came out of it too.
Well, we did hit it like half rock wall.
Yeah, it was
too. Probably just a true hack.
Yeah.
1個
So Japan, again, we'll just try and play that tap back weight. They're just not managing to get the weight, and that's life difficult.
Again, another one will hit the top but roll all the way to the side, and it's going to be 4th shot.
Yeah, they had to sit top 4 after that one there.
It's hard to guard on this side.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You throw, yeah, the out turn tight. Yeah. Does he?
He might take on this double. Well, if he takes on the triple, that's okay. We should have lots to wrap around.
Yeah.
We can also hit
Or
that.
you can
Yeah.
hit this. Do you want to discard this one, hey?
Yeah, or even over curling to there is probably not bad. Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Middle. Yeah.
Really nice speed here now.
Was Mark's
just light.
And
Yeah,
a
I
look
think
on
it
to
was just
sheet
light.
8. Germany 4-2 up
You
on
agree, Pat?
Switzerland.
It's nice speed here now.
And Germany just played a lovely hit.
Like at least
Slight
drop
roll, so
Okay.
Benoit Schwartz van Berkel can't see it all.
You want to answer that 3 right back.
Yeah, and if he can just catch this on the high side and just nick the back yellow, he could get a 3. But
Lasha Kushpen.
this is really curling. Oh my goodness.
Touch it.
He does. Gets them both. And the fist pump. What a shot for 3. The Swiss fans definitely on their feet now. Just past their own. Enough to split both yellows.
Well, it was something we saw just a little over a week ago in Canada, in Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada. Rachel Homan in the crowd. Equally the same here with the Swiss.
You know, and Switzerland know they've got such a tough day to play Germany and Canada and
That's
have
what I
to
was
win
thinking,
both.
like, if you're off it, it seems like it dies. Like Geoff, when he swept it to curl, didn't seem like he took much weight out of it. Like on EJ's.
ちょうど結構ギリギリだと思う。
So Japan really in a heap of trouble here.
こっちもちょっとかぶってるしきっと。
こっちノーズ
うん。
OK
With Shimizu's first, he really has to get the top red and the red off the button to open up some scoring area for his last stone.
一応右も半分ちょっとは見えてるよ
こっち？
こっちいいかいこっちはちょっとかぶってる
いや、なんとも言えないな。どっちが狙いやすそうかね。
どう思う
こっちやるんだったら8秒だ。
OK
Hasn't been left with much from his team to shoot at here. Shimizu, Tetsuro. They knew they had to take chances to try and score multiple points. They've never had a chance to even use the corner guard also. 79% in the top of the 12-foot.
Yeah, I really wanted that one out the 4-foot. But right now, the only way for him to score is
You play
tap
the same
that
draw
yellow.
with a little bit more weight, like a foot more.
For what?
Same draw and just
Here?
get all the,
No.
in here.
Drop it here.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Even
sure.
if you chap on a little,
Okay. Okay.
because really it's probably the same weight. We
Yeah.
sweep it.
Be Geoff, just past the yellow, hey? Like
Yeah,
even
same
side
weight.
by side here.
So the outturn draw for Japan is really difficult to
Right
one
next to
foot.
the red, it's pretty good.
So if Canada can just nick that top red a fraction, block the draw, and roll over and block the yellow run back, it's a 2-for-1 here. And then Japan in a lot of trouble.
Brad GUSHUE, the top-ranked skip.
Hard early, hard early.
Just
Okay.
like a stone short.
Good draw.
Go.
Draw.
Draw the button or you tap
こうすれば
that
こ
yellow.
こまで来ると思う。
Pick your poison.
Brad hasn't really covered either, so it's Shimizu's personal preference whether he wanted to play the tap. But it's tough coming through those two guards to play the tap. This is a tough draw to pass that red, get to the 1 foot.
And that's a perfect shot for Canada to take that away, get pressure on. If he makes it, they're just coming up a little bit short, still leaves this as an opening. But it is only for 1.
Absolutely. Still very tough to get to the button though.
Green.
So last stone of the fourth end, facing 3 and trailing by 3.
This is looking a bit speedy.
Has to catch some curl and in a hurry. Needs to hit the brakes. Got Mark Nichols on it. It slides by and it is 3 more, or is it 4?
4.
It is 4. That fourth one just got far enough in the top. And we have an 8-1 Canadian lead after 4 ends of play.
Call 4.
Weight's good. Top 8.
I mean, Omar.
You gotta go. It's close.
Yep.
Our live coverage, the LGT World Men's Curling Championship 2024. And for Japan, disappointing, misses the last couple ends. And an 8-1 score now, not necessarily the way you want to finish a World Championship. And a tough draw, even to cut it down. And as soon as that time went up, Rona, there was no way you were going to see that one stopping.
No, absolutely not. And quite a few stones add up. Their stone position has been so good.
The light, Geoff. Top 8.
Somewhere line.
Weight's good.
Same line. Maybe that's a little tighter, but
Okay, weight's good.
go for half the 8 foot here, guys.
Yeah, weight's good.
Top 8. Just over curl a bit. Stay down, EJ.
We're there.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, good shot. Good weight.
Good weight, Geoff.
And right to the top of the 8 foot it goes to lie 2. We play the 5th end. This is session 19, getting down to the late stages. Canada knows they're in the playoffs. They're one of 3 teams that have qualified. Where they will finish, it's up to them. If they win both their games, they will get the number 2 seed and a bye to the semifinal because they beat Scotland in round robin.
Okay.
Same weight as they gave you last time?
Yep.
Good leg. Wait only, guys. Easy, easy.
Yeah, Scotland have got a tough game tonight, though, against Sweden.
You got maximum line right now. Go ahead, Geoff.
And Canada as well against Switzerland, who need to win this game they're playing and then win tonight to guarantee a spot in the playoffs.
Good shot. Good shot. Good spot.
And it's exciting when it does come down to the last round robin for teams to qualify.
There are no tiebreakers that come into play for Switzerland. They know right now if they lose this, then win, they would be tied and the U.S. win. Then there's the 3-way tie. But the U.S. holds all the tiebreakers in head-to-head matchups. That's how the U.S., if they win, they're in.
Yeah, the US have done it the right way, beating the teams that matter in the playoffs and lost to the lower-ranked teams.
sure they'd tell you that's not the right way to do it. They would rather just win those 2 and be in the playoffs. Japan just 3 wins, beating New Zealand, Norway, and beating USA. One of their 3 wins.
So kind of come around, tap back.
Sweep to get by.
Get the roll behind the corner. Lovely shot. Well played.
Perfect.
That's the first time in the game we've seen them being able to use that corner guard, get a stone in behind.
12.9
I like this. Top 8. So 6 feet more.
Well, Japan came back from an 8-1 score against Korea to force an extra end. But the caliber of this Canadian team a little bit higher than the way they play that high guard. And will nose that. So that exchange now leaves Canada just lying 2.
Sorry.
Now, Japan could come round on the out turn, tap the yellow back at the top of the 4 and roll in front of the other red. So they can't move both these reds right now, but if they can tap the 1 back. Because they can probably see a third of that 1 top 4, and we've seen down this side how much it curls at the end. Just tap it and roll in front.
Well, they're going to tap it, but they don't move it very far. They just go and push it, still leave Canada lying 2.
They had to move that there out the 4 foot.
That was my first thought. Or that.
That's pretty good. You get rid of both yellows. You probably jam this one.
Either that or draw, freeze on it.
Freeze on the yellow?
Yeah.
Or you pick it, let him freeze, you come on top.
He's playing the double, Geoff. He's playing the double if we pick it.
Let's go quick.
I guess that hack waiter's there, but
Hack waiter's there, yep.
that's all. Yeah.
It's another option. It's either that or we freeze in there.
Yeah, it's either in there. I like this, Mark.
Yeah.
Quarter? What is it, a third or a quarter?
Half a rock is really close.
Half?
Yep. Yeah, half's close, Mark.
Okay.
It's a small half.
They're looking to get that
Probably
side
even get away
yellow.
with the hair more than half.
Okay. Right on the line, like just off the line?
You got to be off the line
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Get the one on the side. They could make it a different way, go clipping their red too.
Yeah, so going to run the center guard
Whoa,
back
whoa.
onto red,
Curl.
on
Curl.
to yellow.
Curl. Curl, curl, curl.
Oh, just over the top. Little too thin.
Yeah, just high of line, and they couldn't carve it enough.
Looked like it was just off the line.
ちょっとこれに触りながらって感じだな、イメージ的には。
まあ、最悪これの内側まで来てれば、ここは悪くないと思う。
So again, Japan just going to play the freeze. But I feel they have to move something out the 4 foot, or they're never going to get the chance.
Would that be like a tap?
Yeah, even if they tapped that red on the right-hand side of the forefoot and just rolled over and froze the other one, it'd be very difficult for Canada to move it without jamming.
Well, an 8-1 game, Japan has some chances. There's some stones around. Don't quite get by. And it's still 1-2 for Team Canada.
They're just not getting the pressure onto Canada.
Yeah.
Do that. We're probably gonna go and touch that, but then I make a double. We give up 2. That's not the worst right now. Okay?
I like that call.
Try and get it to just
We got
miss
to
this.
try to just miss a
Yes,
7.
yeah.
I hate to just touch it. but-
Yeah, well, it is what it is, Mark.
Yeah.
We're missed too many shots.
Right there. I'm trying to go quarter.
That's with all these stones around. You leave
What is
them
it,
there.
Third?
Third to a quarter.
Third?
I think that's the most I'd want to hit.
Okay.
Try and use your own, make a double, get rid of 2.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Close. Curl. Whoa. Curl. Yep.
Whoa.
Yes!
Straight. Hard.
Hard!
Well, did it make a move on them? And they'll
Okay.
go to their own.
It's not bad.
They don't clip that middle one. They go right to it. And it's now 2nd and 3rd for Japan. And I think if you're Japan, you make the move to try and lie at least 2 right now.
そうだね。それか、
I think they have to tap the red back and lie 3.
でもそしたらこれ、
Um, they have to put the pressure onto Canada.
いや、こっちでね。
And just that slight error there with Canada jamming their own.
11?
11?
うん
普通にもう
結構
打ってね。
Switzerland leading Germany 5-4 as they play the 5th end of that game. Germany with the hammer.
Yeah, Mark Miskadovic came up short with his first draw, allowed Switzerland to draw around the guard, but it didn't bury. So a chance here for Germany just to play the nose hit. Seem quite happy. And no problem. So it is a 1, and the game's all tied after 5.
Well, that's a big game. Switzerland knows they got to win 2 games today, including this one against Germany, and then tonight against Canada. Especially seeing that the U.S. is leading their game. Meanwhile, Japan chip off their own. Not sure exactly if they were going to the center, or trying to come off their side one. But just like that, Canada gets a break after their misses.
Yeah, that was so important for Japan to play the tap onto the shot stone, lie 3.
Roll it all on the line. Not bad either.
Yeah, you might line it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, even to get to there.
Yeah.
Normal, or are you going to throw less?
I think normal's fine, Mark.
Okay.
So Canada know the shot that Japan have to play now with the last would be the run on their yellow onto red. So if Canada can hit and roll here in behind that red, it could be a jammer at the back for Japan.
しっかり投げてって感じだよね。
Board? Looks good.
I'm not too sure what Japan were thinking there, Luke, of why to come off their own.
Off we carve, so.
I don't know what they were trying to achieve with it.
Yep, I think they're maybe let's leave that top one because it's protecting the possibility.
It's good.
Clean.
Over, got to make contact on them. They will hit the one, not shot stone, and it's a steal of one more. Canada increases their lead, now 9-1 up, heading to the 6th end of Japan's last round-robin game.
We'll get you in there now, one of the guys.
Okay.
What's that?
No, let Geoff come out. Okay. So you sweep more on Jeff's side.
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
Sure. Okay. Unless we all say it too.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want to do.
No, that's good. Yeah, you're good. Okay. We're getting ready. I'm loose.
I went into the...
Okay.
あれをやっていくしかないんだろうね。
まあ、テスの1投目はそんなに悪くないからね、あれ、あそこまで寄せられちゃったから、結局、すげえ難しくされちゃっただけで。
ないよ。
You can come down if you're off it.
There are 3 and a 4-1 Canada lead. More pressure from Canada in end number 4. There is a little bit of an opening though, the wide out turn draw. Try to get to the button for Shimizu and Japan. But this one just overthrown, taking the sweepers right out. Nothing they can do but watch as this one slides by that top one, then the next 2, and all the way well past for a steal of 4. That top one comes into play as well. Makes it 8-1. Another steal in 5, so 9-1 in our feature game. Switzerland 5-5 with Germany. Sweden leads 5-3 as they play the 6th end of that game. Sweden with the hammer. And the U.S. leading 4-2 right now against Czechia. U.S. wins. They will have a spot in the playoffs. So we know that so far. This game and pretty controlled by Team Canada. Look at the percentages. 88 to 65%. 91 for draws to 68 for Japan. 80% on hits for Canada. 59 for Japan. 6 stolen points in the first half of this game. I think we will see Canada's alternate Cal Doering coming in as well. Canada leading 9-1. The lovely IWC Arena. They've done a lovely job here in Schaffhausen, Switzerland. A beautiful part of the country, beautiful country. Here have opened their arms. And a lot of the fans have come in to cheer on not just the Swiss team, but all the teams, including Canada. They won't be cheered on tonight because Canada will be playing Switzerland. Cal Doering, the alternate for Team Canada, will get a chance to get into the game. His second time in. He'll slide in at lead this time.
I played it for a couple of years with Stouty there. And
Did you like it?
That was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I think it helped my game big time.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 years, 2 years of it.
Definitely. What am I throwing first,
You're
guys?
throwing a 78.
7-8.
78?
Yeah.
Geoff Walker, of course, good chocolate here in Switzerland. He'll get a chance to rest. See what kind of snacks they got on the coach's bench as well.
I think 14 and a half.
I think you can get close with 14 and a half. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's a long week. 12 games and you're sweeping every single game.
Oh, it's like
Any rest is a bonus.
a little light, but close. I added quite a bit. Okay. Looks good, Kyle. Line's fine. Yep.
So Mike has fallen out. Oh, he's picked it up now.
TSURUGA Sota, 93% on the game, 84 for the tournament. They've had stones in good position early, but then it's sort of fallen off after that for the Japanese team. And it's a long week. You play a lot of games. You mentioned it for the break for Geoff Walker and Team Canada, but Japan's been rotating their front end. But mentally, it's a tough one for these teams to play game in, game out for the stretch. Other than one day, you're going to play 2 games a day through round robin.
It's a little wider path here.
And mentally, it's so tough for the players to be constantly thinking of these ice conditions, the tracks are playing, keeping this surface due to the hot temperatures outside.
Good shot.
It's a little full on you.
Yeah, not bad.
And when you can get a lead early in these games, there is definitely an advantage.
Absolutely.
Because of that. Later in the games, the heat continues to build inside the IWC arena.
Yeah, and just the frost starts to build at the sides and it can become tricky.
Yep.
Obviously it's absolutely the same conditions for both teams, but it's who's going to get on top of this first.
We got a real good look there at the ice surface, and just you can almost see the spots where the feet are going, where the brushing's going up and down the sheet.
Top 4, guys.
2 corner guards.
Mark, same speed as this, you think, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe a hair slower.
So good setup from Kyle for his stepping onto the ice.
Yours came down a bit though.
Well, he didn't get fully in, so they didn't give him full marks for the second one.
Looks good.
Line's good. See your broom.
We'll bring another one in for E.J. Harnden. You saw 90% on this game. For Canada, if you can end this, put together a good 6th end, maybe Japan concedes early, and then you have a chance. You get out the arena, a little bit of a break before your game tonight. Well, Switzerland battles through theirs throughout this game. It's a definite advantage. Nakahara, Asei, 73%. Speaking of Switzerland, 5-5 against Germany. It's like Germany lying 2.
Yeah, Germany lying 2, so all Switzerland can do is just draw for 1. Plenty space for Benoit Schwartz van Berkel. Sweepers pretty happy with this, nursing it in. Needs to just bite the forefoot. And no problem. So it is a 1 for Switzerland. Scoring in the even ends in the second half. Really crucial.
Yeah, close game. They've lost a couple where they didn't necessarily have the hammer in a good... Actually, they did in both those. They gave up a steal and then tied it up against Scotland, go to an extra and lost without the hammer. But they can position themselves to have that hammer in the 10th end of that game. Trying to go around everything, trying to get something in. It's got to be tough for Japan, though, too, knowing it's your last game, you're down big, but you want to keep trying, keep building. Every shot is something you can use for the future to build on, knowing you're hopefully trying to get back to another World Championship.
To be even in play.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
That was 13.
Yeah.
1.
Where is that? Back 12?
Yeah. Right back to it, Mark.
So you heard them saying that
What's
one
that?
of Japan was
Right to it, back in.
13-1,
Yeah.
whereas
Yeah.
kind of a
Seem to die
14-2 would
just
have got you to
coming in,
back
yeah.
ring
I'll be
previously.
nice and positive.
Markedly disappointed. He's below his tournament numbers at 91.
Becky.
Just at 90 on the game.
Okay, line's okay.
That's 12.
Well, just overthrown, even with the attempt to
もう一回か
try and get it to knife over. Focus may just a slip just a little bit,
いや、こうか。
knowing you have that 9-1 advantage.
これ当ててこっちこう開いてこの角度作っといてからの
え何秒
11?11 でできる
?10。
10
Yeah, Japan need to try and do something with the front, open it up. They could
真ん中の
run their yellow back onto the reds. Don't need to be big weight, just enough to spread the reds across the house, give them something they could use to freeze.
センター右側当てる感じ
幅どう
And the yellow they push in would
いやいいよ
be in the way for Canada.
Bing! 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 Yes! Yes! Yes!
Well, a big difference when you see those numbers, Luke. 50% to mark at 90. That makes a big difference in the game.
There's a nice one. Abe Shinya gets 2 of those reds out of the front of the house.
Just tap the back one out, don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
It's either that or hack weight on the back one, yep.
Like this.
Look at the scores early, midway point here, along with the standing. Switzerland winning right now 6-5 over Germany. They sit at 6-4. Well, Germany, this is their last round robin game. A win and they are in. Same for the United States, who lead 4-2 over Czechia. They win. They are in also. Korea, Sweden. Sweden has a 3-point lead. If Sweden wins, they're the #1 seed into the playoffs. And they'll have a bye in the semifinal.
Yep, yep.
Just trying to remove both yellows.
Good.
Shot.
Clip the back one just over the face of it.
Shot, Mark.
But it opens things up. They know they play defense, try and get a force. Even a 2 here isn't the end of the world for Japan to score. Then you have a 6-point lead with 4 ends remaining.
14じゃ早くないどう
はいわよ。5まで。はいわよ。
はいいいよ
That we've seen the centre open and Japan just coming round the corner. Perfect setup now to score multiple.
Tried across the face, right? But
Yeah.
board?
Yeah. Probably on the solid side.
Okay.
I think we'll get some movement. Yeah.
Hit to lie 2 or force them to have to make that double, and if they do, then you might have a double back.
Anything on the heavier side, but
Okay.
that's a lot of ice, isn't it?
It looks like a lot.
Yeah, that's more than what I was looking for.
リスカーで3点じゃない
At least Japan can still smile. Things just not going their way today.
I do see a lot of smiles, enjoying themselves out there. Brad at 80% on the game, 89 for the turn.
Clean, clean.
That's that right on the nose. So it is 1-2, Team Canada. Want to try and give themselves a chance at 3. Maybe make the hit and roll behind on the back one. Get a miss on the run back.
Yeah, if they can just roll to the center line here, it'd be a good result.
Again, low numbers. Even lower than...
Look it!
Well, trying to make that roll, they won't be able to do that. Canada makes a little hit and roll, they can get their force.
There with a little less roll. Okay.
Same weight or hair loss, eh?
That's 10.5. That was 10.
10 and 8. This is 10 8.
Yeah. Yeah, hit and roll, a rock or two is good.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like still hot, Mark. Yep.
Be a similar spot than where their previous one was thrown.
Yeah, it's slightly further in towards the center line, but if they can just hit and flop, as long as they outcount the yellow that's behind the corner guard. Wait.
Wait. Whoa. Curl.
And stick. Well, we'll roll out, so there's a chance for a multiple score now for Japan.
Hey, Brad.
Combination max throw, max ice.
Yeah. I think close to probably like a...
Just one, you want to make sure that you get rid of it. You don't want to bring it down and chip your own out. Give a chance at 3. This to put 2 on the board.
Bing!
That one right on the nose. And that is it, as Japan will finish their round robin with a loss to Canada, 9-3 the final, as Japan finishes with a 3-9 record at the 2024 World Championship. Canada, 1 win closer to a spot in the semi-final.
No, I didn't get that quickly.
Thank you.
Hey, nice work.
Well, Kyle Doering gets to get in, make a couple of good draws. Well, a bright future for Japan. It's not the week they wanted, but they started out. Have their feet wet, especially the youngsters on the front end. Lots of things to learn from for that team.
I probably...
Tonight's going to be similar to last night. Yeah. If he doesn't nip as much, we may get another end or 2 out of it, but I think it's going to be...
Well, always discussions of the ice as Canada wins that one 9-3, now sitting at 9-2. Well, second end of our feature game, Canada and Japan, and Canada able to make a hit and roll in for Brad GUSHUE. SHIMIZU Tetsuro has to play this in-turn tap, push this one into the button. And a great sweep there, and they'll tap that one up, get a single point, and tie the game 1-1 after 2. Third end. Canada, great positioning, playing through the port. Played a draw on Brad GUSHUE's first. Now hit on this one. Right down to the side of the forefoot. And it is 3 for Canada to jump out to a 4-1 lead. And in the fourth end, Canada pressure on throughout all game, all fourth end, lying 4. And SHIMIZU Tetsuro just gives this one a little too much, as it's going to have the sweepers come right off of this one. Can't do anything, as it's going to slide all the way past everything, all the way back as Mark Nichols sweeps it. It's going to be a steal, and a steal of 4 go up, and an 8-1 lead for Canada after 4. Sixth end. Canada had the chance for the fourth, but GUSHUE rolls out on his last, meaning there's the hit. Chance to score 2 for Japan. And SHIMIZU Tetsuro will have no problem. Have this one hit and stick, and he'll finish his World Championship on a made shot. It is a loss, though, for Japan. And Canada wins 9-3 handily. They'll play the Swiss tonight.
Good game. Good game.
No, I didn't get that question.
Brad, many congratulations. A steal of 1 at the first end, and then really you just controlled that game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we had a poor draw of the button and gave them hammer, but we got the steal in the first end and kind of took control from there. I thought we played pretty good, gave them some chances, but we were able to make some shots to get ourselves out of a couple tough situations.
And conditions are slightly changing due to the hot temperatures outside.
Yeah.
The ice makers are trying their best.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to be the team that gets on top of that first?
Yeah, it's big. Having the hammer is a big advantage because you're going to be able to play more upweight shots, and the finesse shots are going to be tough as we finish off this event. With that frost coming up, it makes it more and more challenging to be really precise. So if you can get a lead and throw some rocks hard, you're going to make more of those than you are those soft shots.
And you play Switzerland tonight. A win there would guarantee you in the 1-2. How important is that start then tonight?
Yeah, same thing. We got to get off to a good start. Hopefully get hammer. We're playing a strong team. We're playing the home team, so we know the fans are going to be cheering for them. But we just got to get off to that good start. And once we do that and can kind of control the game, control the strategy, then we're in a good position.
Well, good luck tonight. Thank you very much.